And Ron Brown. Seriously? Can he not get you guys tickets for the race or something?
You're so boring, Jack.
Oh my goodness. When have they never got a standing ovation for Antron Brown? Stands in. He might go with people. Yeah. We're going to get some hard hitting. All right. They've been watching Pulp Fiction.
You know what I want to say?
Right back where you started.
You want to go. You want to do my interview for me, so all you gotta do is say, like I said, all you gotta say is that every question you answer is
you just my buddy that that's the 80s.
What's up?
Antron's still her favorite record picture set. Swear to God.
How are your kiddos?
Jason, do this. You gotta do it the Antron. Okay, I guess we're gonna start.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will get started here with our current #1 qualifier in funny car, Jack Beckman, 3.865 seconds at 332.84 miles an hour. Both ends are the track record. Talk about conditions out there. You know, that was a pretty stout run as we got a little bit later during the course of the evening.
Yeah, you know, you get your head wrapped around what a certain time of day is supposed to be like, and then you jump right into standard time right before this race, and it throws everything off an hour. You're getting dusk at 4:45 in the afternoon, but we still have really hot conditions all day, so the track definitely wasn't the best it's ever been, and us running a new track record just a testament to how fast the funny cars as a whole have gotten the last year and a half. It was an amazing run, not just for the 1,000 feet that we were accelerating. Jungle Pam Hardy backed me up from the burnout, and for those of you that don't know, well, you guys in this room need to educate who Jungle Pam Hardy is. She's an absolute icon and legend in the sport and never drove a race car. And it was a bit of a pinch me moment. I'm still a huge fan. I was younger than my son Jason when I went to my first drag race, and as I'm backing up, I'm like, that's Jungle Pam backing me up. And then I kind of had to smack myself in the cheek and go, okay, get your act together, it's time to make the run. And with the 1,000 foot, sometimes you got time to glance up at the scoreboard as you go by, and it looked pretty good to me.
Describe how it felt inside the car.
Inside the car, you know what? It's only happened twice in all the times I've been making a run, so I don't know that it would be a gauge of how fast the car is. But when I stepped off, the drive shaft hit me in the butt, which is underneath the seat, and it's probably not a great thing that it does that, but it's letting you know that that car is torqued up so hard and that chassis is arching so much that when you step off right as the chutes hit, the thing comes down and does that. And right about that time I saw the 386 on the scoreboard. I couldn't catch the mile an hour. It was going by too fast at that point. Everything felt fine. Pomona is a different racetrack. It's one of 3 that we run on twice a year, but it's the only one of the national event tracks that only gets run on when we're in town. I've spent more time out here than probably anybody on the grounds running the Frank Hawley School, but I didn't make runs down the drag strip. I stood at the starting line. The grooves here run from slightly inside the middle of the lanes to way inside the center of the lane. So in effect, what it does is you don't have a 30-foot lane to play with anymore. You got about a 21-foot lane because of the angle of the grooves. And the cars can make wicked moves out here. Not that we're ever not 100% focused for that 4 seconds, but Pomona really keeps you on your toes.
Yeah. Now, for the motorcycles, this track tilts downhill, which is a little challenge.
It also tilts downhill for the other cars, Kay, not just the motorcycles.
What I was going to ask, do you feel that when you're in the car?
How rude.
Well, you know, here's the thing. I was talking to Dave Richards, fairly new in a Nitro Funny Car, and I reminded him, I said, remember Pomona's downhill. And it's a great question because when you're backing up from the burnout, you're going uphill. So you feather the clutch to back up, you get some speed, then you shove the clutch back in, and the car slows down way faster than you're used to it slowing down. So it changes the way you back the car up. Then when you stage the car, a lot of us, what we'll do is roll in, light pre-stage, and let the car go a couple more inches. It's 7 inches from pre-stage to stage. If you can shorten that up to about 3.5 inches, it makes it easier to feather the car in and stage really shallow. Well, a lot of drivers unintentionally light the stage bulb doing that because it's downhill. So yeah, you absolutely can feel it. It's an optical illusion. It's downhill in the shutdown area. But if you look down there right now, you bet me it's not, because it's more downhill on the acceleration portion of the racetrack. The entire facility from tower to sand trap is downhill. That was a good one.
You ought to be ashamed.
Your first and second runs,
Was the only difference in those two runs from the car itself the time of day?
We ran a 6-disc test in preseason testing, and Jimmy just didn't feel like we had enough data. Let me tell you, when you got 1,800 runs of data on a 5-disc clutch, even though you're changing motors and superchargers and chassis, you still got this inherent understanding of how it works. And you want to go to the 6-disc and it looks better, 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 worse, better, worse, better, better, worse. It throws you a curveball. And there comes a time when you say, I'm either committed to this thing and we will struggle our way through it, or I'm going back to what works. And we went back to the 5-disc. Last year, we went back to the 5-disc after testing in that preseason. And look how well we did. But what happens is a 5-disc is 3 new and 2 used discs. We're completely out of those 3 discs that we ran last year. We've cycled new ones in, and we just can't make it work consistently. So he said, you know what? The heck with it. After Vegas, we threw the 6-disc back in, tested it, left it in, and came here. So to your point, no. We actually rolled out a couple of the clutch stops, which keep the car from overpowering the track in the middle of the course there. Because we're so new with the 6-disc, we didn't know what we could get away with. We were soft on Q1, so we got a little bit more aggressive on Q2. So the track was better, and we hit it even harder than the difference in track temperature.
That's interesting.
I made that all up, Ed.
I could tell he wasn't, you know.
It's not as good as the downhill one, Kate. So I'm leaving here and going to the museum and emceeing a panel that's going to have Roland Leong, Tom McEwen, Jungle Pam, and I get to ask them questions. If you guys want to come over to the museum, probably John Forks. If you guys want to come over to the museum, it's a pretty neat deal, but does anybody have a suggestion for me as a question to ask one of those panelists?
Ask him if it ran downhill. No, Kate's coming up. She's going to smack you in the back of the head.
No, actually, my next question is for your son.
Well, hold on. You have to hold it close to your mouth when you answer.
And I got to find him. I can't find him. There he is.
So whatever he asks, say, that's a great question, Stan.
What does it mean to you when your dad has such a stellar performance and you can come into a room like this and watch him talk to other people?
Well,
That's a great
it
question.
just feels good just to have my dad run well and stuff.
We're going to work on this a little bit. Just say whatever you're thinking. What did you feel like up in the stands when you saw the scoreboard come up?
Well, I wasn't in the stands for long.
Were you? Wait a minute. Were you playing video games?
Maybe.
He's just not into you, Dad. Here's what it is.
Sounds like somebody's normal.
You're right.
And when I saw it on my grandma's phone, I just thought, well, at least he's #1 for once.
Okay.
That'll work out for you, Dad.
Any other questions?
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. How about Amazon? Take it away, Big Daddy.